The Movie Bar Podcast.
Welcome to the Movie Bar Podcast. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Movie Bar Podcast. I am John.
I'm Justin.
I'm Billy.
And no, you will not be seeing any boobies if you click on this link, so you might as well shut it off now, you perverts. How you guys doing this week?
Wonderful. No, Justin. No.
Oh, I hit my cord. I'm frozen.
He broke it. That's what you get.
Am I frozen now?
Yep.
Yes. And once again, it's another flattering photo of you.
Sorry, I wanted to get my nudity out there.
Oh, no.
You realize they don't see this video anyways.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh my god.
It's all the more fun.
Alright, how you guys doing this week? Oh, we did that. Alright, now a little bit of housekeeping. So, nobody died, thankfully.
Yeah, no real big
Yeah.
movie news.
I've died a little bit on the inside every day, but we got new trailers. So first, let's start off with Alien Romulus.
Romulus.
Jesus.
Romulus, come on.
Why the fuck would you give me? I hate Alien movies.
Well, you're
And
the
this
one. You're the one who gave it, so I highlighted
Yeah?
it for you.
I gave you fucking Maxine. I gave you Harold and the Purple Crayon. Just because I give it doesn't mean you put it for me.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
See this? 2 weeks. He's already getting.
Well, we have.
You should have looked at the notes before, and you could have made changes.
It's funny when it's a little screen, it's all black. But anyways, Aliens, Romulus. What you guys think?
That's just gonna have to watch it.
It's an alien movie.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
suspenseful, and it'll have a couple good kills.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, have some good twists.
Yeah, probably. I can't tell you the last time I watched an Alien movie.
Probably Prometheus.
Nope, didn't see that one.
Missing good
Right.
movies.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. It doesn't appeal to me.
All right. Well, then moving on. Next up, we have Maxine.
Oh. Sure. That was in my
So
cover,
this is-
you can cover that.
Billy. That was Justin's. Isn't
I know.
Justin blue?
Yeah,
That's fine.
yes.
He can take it.
All right, second
It's
trailer
the
for
third
Maxine.
of the. What was the first?
That was X,
X?
and then
X
Pearl,
was first, and then Pearl.
and then Maxine, which looks like takes place
That-
what, like the 80s or something?
Yeah, it's the 80s. We've talked about the other trailer. This one,
Yeah.
it just showed the cast a little more, like a little more of the cast of who's in it, like Michelle Monaghan, Kevin Bacon's in it. And we learned like the movie that she's starring in is called The Puritan 2. So I don't know. It's still a sell for me. I like the first one. Didn't like the second one, but
You gotta watch it anyway, just to
yeah, finish the series.
finish the series. You know.
But yeah. Then we have Harold and the Purple Crayon. Interesting. I used to like this book when I was a kid.
Yeah. I don't really remember it.
I remember
The
it was
name-
about Harold and his purple crayon,
Crayon. Yeah.
and he drew things. And
See-
they-
See, I remember Simon. Hello, my name is Simon. I like to do drawings. Then Michael Myers did the whole thing on Saturday Night Live about Simon. That's the one I remember. I don't really remember Harold and the Purple
Remember.
Crayon.
That must have been the bootleg version of Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Maybe it was on
Simon.
It was on Nickelodeon like the long time ago.
Well, I don't think this was ever made as a show. Just a book.
Hmm.
But long time
How
coming,
about-
I guess.
They should do Ricky Tiki Tembo.
Tiki tiki tumbo, no sarumbo. Oh,
Chatty
crap.
Patty Uchi Pip Petty Pembo. I remember the whole goddamn thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, we have Thelma. An elderly lady gets scammed and she goes on revenge. This looks like it will be good.
This looks awesome.
Should be pretty funny.
And it's Richard Roundtree's final movie.
Old lady kicking some ass.
Mhm.
This looks right up your alley, Justin.
This is gonna be. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I like when she's going down the hallway on the fucking motorized wheelchair and she's fucking
They
pushing
crash
the
into
guy.
each other.
I think that
No,
was the
they-
mom from Movie Halloween.
I don't know.
I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks interesting.
Did you guys happen to see the special extra Deadpool trailer that was released?
Uh,
A little
Which
extra
one?
footage. It was the one for Friendship Day or National Friendship Day or something. You kind of see
Yeah.
Lady Deadpool's legs and
I also watched their Shut Off Your Cell Phone
yeah.
for the movie theater.
They give that a red band, but then they bleep out all the swears, which makes no sense. Red
I'm
band, you're
sure in
supposed to be able to
theaters
swear.
it's not. I'm sure in theaters it won't be bleeped. I think that was
No,
AMC.
I saw it. They played it during in a violent nature, and it was bleeped. It's like, what the hell, man?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Nothing ever does.
Nope. All right. What we watched this week, Justin? I'm sure you have a long list. Go ahead.
Why would I have a long list? I
I was
worked all
being
week, asshole.
sarcastic. I was being sarcastic.
Yep. I watched Newsbed. And then I also watched Dude, Where's My Car? Which I haven't watched that in a while. So that was pretty good. And yeah, then I didn't have time to watch much of anything else.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right,
real
Billy. What was on Tubi this week?
Well, first I started off with Cobra. You know, the Sylvester Stallone replacement Beverly Hills Cop movie. That's the movie he wanted to make for Beverly Hills Cop to be. Well, it's just cheesy. Then I watched Cadillac Man, which was funny. You know, Robin Williams and Tim Robbins. It was a good movie. I liked that one. I watched classic Bruce Lee, Fist of Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I went back to the theater and watched In a Violent Nature again because I wanted to, and I liked it. Then after that, I came home and watched Donnie Darko on the last drive-in. Hadn't seen it before, so it was a interesting movie. Kind of screwed up there. Pretty good. Then I watched Raw Deal. When I saw it, I was like, I don't think I've ever watched this before. And I realized, yes, I have. Like a long time ago. You know, the old Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was not a very memorable performance. Probably only known for having the father from Christmas Story being Arnold Schwarzenegger's like mentor and friend. And then finally, I watched No Holds Barred.
Did you find a job yet?
I actually have an interview on Wednesday, so
Don't tell them you do a podcast.
no, I won't. No. And then I
If
got
they
a
look this shit up, you're done.
yeah, I got an interview with it's a school in Worcester, and then I also got a call back from the dispensary over in Millis. They're looking for an IT person, so
What's the name of the dispensary?
Ken.
Oh,
Yeah,
Looks
there's
like
one
she's-
in I got to cover. If I got that job, I'd have to cover like Millis, Mansfield, Rehoboth, and their Medway kind of main offices. But we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Promising, very promising.
Good luck.
Thank you. What'd you watch, John?
Hold on, I'm looking that up now. So I'm going to be safe to assume. Okay. So I watched a Medea's Homecoming. Still on Medea. Which then led me to Point Blank, because I'm not on Netflix very often, so...
So, he doesn't like alien movies, but he'll watch Medea and claims that those are good movies. What is
Hey,
wrong?
different strokes
Mine
for
said the DEA,
different
okay?
strokes for different folks, man.
I find it amusing. And then I watched... What was it? Yeah, Point Blank, directed by Joe Lynch. Finally watched Founders Day. I've been wanting to watch this, but it wasn't streaming anywhere, and then it finally came out on Blu-ray. Ugh.
Was
Such a
that
waste.
bad? That's what I
Very
heard.
bad. Very bad. And then I watched Ride Along and Ride Along 2 and The Visit and Man of the House. I watched Boys in the Hood. I watched Armored. I watched the Garfield movie. We went to the movie Saturday night. I spent about 60% of it in the bathroom. Something did not agree with my stomach.
No,
But amazingly, I was still able to catch the whole gist of the fucking movie. Surprisingly.
it was pretty good. It was all right.
Now, I did go to the movies Thursday night to see If,
Yeah.
but I had a really long day, and it was really fucking hot in the theater,
And you fell asleep.
and I was falling asleep, and I said, fuck it, and I left.
Oh,
When I saw that it was a 2-hour movie, and what felt like an hour was only 35 minutes, and I said, see you later. So that's one I will revisit when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD or digital, whatever. And then
see, I was
watched-
gonna.
What?
See, Friday I was gonna ask you if you wanted to come with me to see In a Violent Nature, but
I had the boy.
I know, I figured.
As much as I would love to have him watch that, I don't need him sleeping in my bed again.
for the rest of his life?
Yeah. Well, so then I also watched Mask, which was the documentary about Charles Mask Lewis from Tap Out. I watched No Holds Barred. I watched Hitcher in the Dark from 1989. Fucking weird movie. I watched Knights of Badassdom.
That was funny.
And you got to know the whole story behind that movie. I'll tell you off air someday.
Okay.
Then I watched Medea's Witness Protection, and I just watched the movie like 20 minutes ago, and I can't remember what it was.
That good, huh?
Oh, Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal. You guys ever seen that?
I want to watch that. I haven't watched that yet. I
Yeah,
didn't
That's
see it.
good.
Yeah. We each watched Jake Gyllenhaal movies. Well, me and you did.
Yeah. Justin watches whatever pops on the TV. When it turns it on.
Yeah, no, actually, I think I watched most of The Day After Tomorrow on TV, so that had Jake Gyllenhaal. I didn't watch
Oh.
the whole thing, but I watched most of it.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So quite the week. That puts me at how many movies for the year?
More than necessary.
247 for the year. I think I'm going to break my goal of 500.
You think?
So, but now it's time for our feature presentation.
Are you looking for a little escape? Want to see something
This is sick!
you don't see every day? Are you ready for a whole new Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is Rip. To the world, he's a hero. But to this man, he's history. Zeus. Stand back. Way back. Get ready for the battle no ropes can hold. No ring. No referee. No rules.
Gentlemen, it's time.
No holds barred.
This is an unprecedented display of strength and determination.
This week we'll be covering No Holds Barred. When World Wrestling Champion Rip Thomas refuses to join the competing network, and an evil executive creates a new program, the Battle of the Tough Guys, where rules don't exist and men engage in all-out brawl for money. After murdering ex-convict by the name of Zeus, comes out on top as the toughest man in ultimate title match with Rip is the TV network's best chance for big ratings. But when Rip refuses the challenge and his brother is roughed up as a consequence, the world champion has no choice but to teach Zeus a lesson in a final no holds barred fight to the finish.
Yes, released June 2nd, 1989, which was probably not a good release date for this movie to be coming out, considering.
No, this should have been a February or March or something like that, a little bit earlier.
Well, in the box, when I get to the box office, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. But the rating was PG-13, runtime of 1 hour, 33 minutes. Director was Thomas J. Wright. Now, the box office, it made $16 million USD. Hey, Hulk, how you doing?
What's up, brother? Rip 'em.
It made just under 6.4 million opening week, coming in second to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which had 30.8 million. And this was also like a week or two before the big movie of 1989, Michael Keaton's Batman, came out. So just a really poor release schedule for this. And it was currently streaming on Tubi as well as for purchase on all streaming sites.
Well, I heard Hogan went to Tim Burton and said, "That don't work for me, brother," but he didn't listen.
Would have made a lot more money, I think, if it came out in like September or maybe like Christmas vacation or something.
Earlier or later.
Yeah, like April
Not
vacation
in the
week.
Summer blockbuster.
Well,
time.
yeah.
But then they couldn't have a no holds barred Christmas.
I know Vince has this overinflated sense of self and everything back then, but he should have realized that you don't, you're new to this movie thing. You don't go up against the big dogs in the prime time that fast.
Well, let's get through the
But
cast
anyway,
and then we'll start talking
I was
about that.
about to. Our cast of characters, and they were characters. We have Hulk Hogan as Rip Thomas, Joan Severance as Samantha Moore, Kurt Fuller as Tom Brell, Tiny Lister as Zeus, Mark Pellegrino as Randy Thomas, Bill Henderson as Charlie, Charles Levin as Ordway, David Paymer as Unger, Patrick O'Brien as Craig, Jeep Swenson as Lug Wrench Perkins, Bill Eadie as Jake Bullet, Stan Hansen as Neanderthal, Rebecca Wackler as Ms. Tidings, Bruce Taylor as Mr. Johnson, Gene Okerlund, Jesse Ventura, Howard Finkel, and Joey Morella, all as themselves.
And Justin, I do have to apologize. I did forget one very important person in the cast when making the notes. I forgot my favorite jobber of all time, the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty, as Klondike. But yeah, I'm just throwing that in there. Yes.
Okay. All right. So 1989, Hulkamania is running wild. WrestleMania 4 had just happened, I believe, at this point. in April,
Something like that.
right?
Was it 4 or 5?
I believe it was 4 because it's not like we don't have fucking shit right in front of us and we can look this up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
WrestleMania.
Could have been in the notes. You never know.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, could have been.
So WrestleMania 4. So WrestleMania 5 had just happened. 'Cause it got me thinking when I saw like this opening match with Rip and Jake Bullet, which I didn't realize was actually acts of the Demolition.
Demolition. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
realize
buddy.
that either.
Oh,
I-
yeah. You guys
I-
did not pay any goddamn attention to There's Something to Wrestle.
No.
We should have went back and listened to that episode. But and I was looking at the belt and I was like, well, Jesus, when did the belt debuted at WrestleMania 4? And they already got this white version, much as Mr. Thomas is wearing right here. And I was just like, okay. And I was like, okay. So it's after WrestleMania 4, right before 5, or right after 5, when he wins the belt back, ironically. Hulkamania is running wild. So, of course, you got to put him in a movie, right?
Yep.
Make
Yes.
movies, pal.
Oh my god! They said that in the trivia. They say that like Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon didn't like this original script, so they locked themselves in a hotel room for 72 hours and banged out a new script.
How many times did Hulk
I've
say
heard
to
that
Vince,
story.
that didn't work for me, brother?
I know. How much amphetamine was done during those 72 hours?
How many
That
times did
this was
Macho
the
Man
script
knock
they
on the
came up
door?
with.
How many times did Macho Man knock on the door looking for Elizabeth? But
Just throw me in there, brother.
yeah, put me in. Come on, cameo. Yeah. But obviously, the first, match against Jake Bullet happened at a live event somewhere, probably New York or whatever. Fans were probably like, okay, who the fuck is this? Why is he wearing blue now? And you see him coming out with the his brother and his fucking trainer and
Yeah, it looked more like boxing than wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just
His brother looks like Clay Buchholz. I don't know why. That's when I see him. That's why I think there's Clay Buchholz.
I'm sorry,
guy.
but if your brother is Rip Thomas, you think you'd pick up a weight every once in a while. to
I
kinda look
know,
like
huh?
him, shit, the guy barely had anything to him,
He's his little brother, like really little.
Yeah. It's called lifting weights. Try it sometime.
He looked like he was in shape,
Different
just not
strokes for
steroids.
different folks.
Yeah. Maybe he had a thing against needles.
But you see a lot of the same characteristics. Instead of the red and the yellow, it was the blue and the white, the headband, the ripped shirt in the back.
I think
I
that was a
believe it-
good look for Hulk. The
Oh
white and
yeah,
the
brother,
blue.
rip 'em.
This stupid goddamn bullshit.
We can't see because you're frozen, dumbass.
The stupid hand symbol thing hurts to do.
But let's talk Kurt Fuller playing
Ugh.
the ever-loving.
Jackass!
Jock asses.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Kurt Fuller. Everything he ever does. He's a wonderful talent.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he wants his network to sign Rip. I didn't know they had exclusive deals with networks back then.
They were reaching for a story. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't sign an individual wrestler; you'd sign the whole promotion.
Yeah, he didn't want the world to know that Vince wrote Brell as himself in a small way. I'm just gonna take everything. That's
Can
I
you
don't know.
imagine Vince
However,
going
I
around
think-
calling people jock asses?
He probably did.
Yes.
He probably did.
It was just such a lame friggin'
He always got
insult.
stuck on specific phrases, and then they became part of the vernacular.
Yeah.
That's good shit, pal.
Hmm.
Although that took on a whole new meaning now.
Yep.
And look at
And so did that scene in the parking lot there. Dookie.
like years later, this story would come true when Hulk signed with WCW, but Ted Turner. You know,
Mhm. Yep.
except instead of Ted Turner being Braille, it was Eric Bischoff. And Hulk actually sold his soul. But
Hulk did what was best for Hulk. That's all Hulk has ever done. Period.
I don't think that works for him, brother.
That's the only thing that works for him, brother.
Okay, what was that Square One TV, Billy? Since you're trying to fucking delete it now.
Yeah, no, the guy looked like someone, the guy who played Ordway. I thought he was on that old Square One television show on PBS. It wasn't him, though. It was someone who looked similar.
Oh.
So I had put that in there, and I forgot to take it out earlier.
So let's talk
I was
about
looking
Rip and his price. Obviously, he meets with Braille,
Hmm.
who writes him a nice blank check.
Yep.
And go ahead.
And Rip feeds him that check.
And he won't be there when it clears.
Oh, the dialogue of this movie.
I mean,
is like, oh my
that,
god.
That reeks of Vince.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
Not-
much into the poopy humor.
For what we know now, it definitely makes sense.
Hmm.
And that's all Vince.
All right.
But, so he doesn't want to sign with them, so they kidnap him.
Rip napped.
Rip napped. Okay.
Rip napped. Because he's not a kid. He's Rip.
Well, I bet you they wish he was a kid because he fucked some shit up.
Literally.
Yeah.
A poor driver.
And he barely even got touched.
Yep. Well, if you saw that,
if you just saw him
300-pound gorilla come charging at you,
through the roof of your limo,
rip the door off.
manhandle everybody else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your pants would be brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Especially if you're sitting there going.
Foaming at the mouth like a fucking dog.
Yeah.
What's that smell?
Yuki.
It shows the back of his pants all fucking wet and brown.
Yeah.
I watched this with Hunter, and he looks at me and he goes, "What's Dookie?" I was like, "You know what you just took in the bathroom? That's a Dookie." He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna start calling it that." I was like, "Great. I'll expect a phone call from your mother in a few days."
Better than shit.
Yeah, exactly. But so he gets his new financial assistant, the lovely, beautiful Samantha.
Who's
I tell you,
supposed to
man.
wine them, dine them, and get them on their team.
Look at I like how she picks this fancy restaurant thinking he's never been there, and
Yeah.
get that rude ass waiter that's like, "Oh, Mr. Butler,
No hamburger, the foot long.
And the chef
Once-
comes out. It's like, "Oh, the usual."
It wasn't even like a restaurant. It was a church. It was like a church that they just turned into like a restaurant, probably for the movie.
Hey pal.
Once again, that had to be Vince.
Yeah.
Hey pal.
Saving
Watch
some
it,
money.
all right? Yeah.
Hulk Hogan saying, "Can't make it look stupid, We'll make it, everybody will make me look dumb, and then they'll come up and just be like, oh, you're a regular." I mean, that's a Hulk thing.
Yeah.
It's got to be with their script.
He's
right?
cultured.
Okay.
Show him he's
let's-
cultured.
Let's talk about Rip's attire throughout the movie.
Fucking 80s.
Yep.
I love the gloves with the laces.
Yeah.
You know,
The black leather.
That
I wonder-
blue and white goddamn unitard that he wears in the bar fight. Or what?
Not the bar, it was the diner.
Oh, yeah, the diner. Yeah.
Yes.
Stupid. So
All right.
terribly 80s.
so obviously Braille is going to try to find his Rip, and he goes into this bar, the No Count Bar.
Yep.
Definitely tell that was a Vince name.
Mhm.
And you got the battle. You got the guys fighting, and the little midget up in the. I'm sorry, the little person up in the cage.
Throwing peanuts down at him.
Yeah.
And the only rules is don't kill nobody.
Yep. And you got the Stan Hansen
Mm-hmm.
playing the girl's brother there.
Teeny wangers.
The teeny wangers.
Well, he
Ain't
can keep
even
the
worth it.
change if he gets in there and fights that guy. Fucking, he hopped over them ropes.
Stan Hansen just kicked the crap out of anybody. He didn't care.
Yep.
I wonder if when they filmed that, they booked a show that night. Like, okay, all right, you, and you look like rednecks. Go over there. We're gonna film this scene real quick. You know, from the rustlers in the back.
I
So
don't know.
just-
Stan's got a lot of parts in that movie.
Yeah, he's a big name. He was.
Yeah. Back
He
in the
was
80s,
friends with Hulk Hogan.
Hmm.
That's it.
Okay, look at all the Hulk Hogan's movies.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They all include his friends, like
Brutus and Tropic Thunder. Or not Tropic Thunder, but
Undertaker and Suburban Commando.
Suburban Undertaker and Suburban Commando. In Mr. Nanny, you had Brutus Beefcake, Jim Neidhart, the Samoans, like all his friends,
Mhm.
and everything he does.
Yep.
But yet, you never saw Macho Man in the movies. You know,
They didn't get along.
they did for a week.
He's trying to steal Elizabeth.
No, they got together for a week.
Good. Be a man, brother.
But so Braille gets the great idea. We're gonna have the Battle of the Tough Guys right here. The winner gets $100,000 tax free. That's another
Yeah.
Vince thing, I
Yeah.
bet you.
How are they going to get a tax free?
Vince is trying to screw the IRS.
100%.
So,
Free.
you know, get a lot
Giving
of
it as a
business.
gift.
Obviously, Billy's idol, the Duke of Dorchester, was there,
Mm-hmm.
and Zeus.
Zeus just comes in during the match and just clears house.
Now, Tiny Lister, best known Debo from the Friday movies, and countless other roles. Definitely played the. What the fuck was up with his eyebrows?
I don't know. It looked like he had the unibrow, but they cut it off and
Shaved
like
off half
turned
of
over
it.
here.
Yeah,
It
they
was
fucked up one
weird
side,
looking.
and he had this. Hunter was so amazed that he had disease on the side of his head.
Yeah, just the one on the left.
But so obviously he kicks ass.
Yep.
And so now that they're taking the show on the road, they go to the Ironworks
Industrial
set
plant.
factory.
Yeah.
Zeus fucks him up. Starts calling out Rip. Rip, on the other hand, is having the time of his life with Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the diner when the guy. I'm sorry,
The guy's-
I'd look and see who's in the fucking diner before I go and rob in the place.
Yeah.
Giant guy in the blue unitard might be able to kick your ass. Probably
Yeah.
should try and pull it off there.
Yeah. But they did have guns.
Yeah, but
Horrible shots, though.
of course, I'm surprised he didn't like catch the bullets in his mouth and spit them out at him and shoot them all.
Yeah.
But
Brother. Just look
So-
at the bullet. That could work for me, brother.
Catch him in
Let's-
midair and rip him in half because he's Rip.
let's talk about the hotel scene between Mr. Rip and Miss Samantha. So, obviously, both brushing their teeth. Rip comes up with the idea to divide
Bed.
by using tape, which never would stay up with just a bed sheet.
Yep.
But and then she comes out in her little lingerie, and then you hear.
And she's sitting there going, I
What
wonder
the
what he's doing.
Yeah. Only to find out that he's.
But based
Just
on the look
doing
on her face, she was
push-ups.
going, I need to see what this looks like. She's like, I need to see if it's the Hulk Hogan monster or the Terry Bollea.
The teeny wanger.
I don't know. Didn't that sex tape show that he had a big one or something years ago? Bubba's the Blood Smokers?
I don't
But,
know.
I
didn't
would
watch it.
never-
Were you watching it?
No, I know
John.
he's sued for millions of dollars, but
I just remember the court case where he said Hulk Hogan has a large penis, but not Terry Bollea.
but no, he's doing push-ups on the bed.
Yes. Well, incline push-ups. He's on the floor, but his feet are on the bed.
And he's making that kind of fucking ruckus. I mean, yeah.
It's a hotel bed.
I mean,
And
even I was
they're
starting to
black.
think, like, do I need to block Hunter's eyes? I couldn't remember,
Yeah.
but
You saw
So,
his
yeah.
heels and you were like, is that his butt?
Yeah.
she seemed kind of depressed when she saw that he was just working out.
Like I said, she was hoping to see it.
But so when he gets back into bed, the bed breaks, of course, and
Because he jumped on it. Big
she
gorilla.
rolls right on top of him.
Yes, you
whole-
stayed on your side of the bed.
The whole asking for an extra cot, not a thing back in the 80s, because I know we've done that a few times at hotels and shit. If I can give you an extra cot,
Yeah.
that could have solved the problem.
They
Guys,
need that.
this movie
They need that
problems.
tension. That sexual tension, Justin.
But she says how that's how we find out that what's his face is she's working for Braille. Because she's giving him crap for canceling the fucking double beds.
Hmm. Yep.
But so now Zeus is throwing challenges out to Hulk. No avail
Nuh-uh.
until he fucks up Randy.
Sending him out to rip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
they
sent
show
him
up
out
at the
to-
kids event.
Yeah, that's sports for kids.
And
Kids
Braille backhands fucking Sam.
Sam.
I don't think that was very appropriate.
That was not appropriate.
But once again, we know what Vince is like nowadays, so
Yep.
So let's talk about when Rip finds out that Randy's been fucked up by Zeus. And
He throws his little temper tantrum at the gym.
I wonder if that was really Zeus standing there, and then like they cut the scene and
It was because
Zeus
that's
up.
not how like
Yeah.
projections work. You can't see the reflection of Zeus's back on the mirror.
and he actually cut his hands open on the glass shards. The broken
Because they're
mirrors.
probably using real mirrors instead of like the.
And just like the WWF gym back in the 90s, it had the fucking neon letters.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Vince thing all the way.
Hmm.
So obviously he accepts they're going to have the big showdown. Zeus is training like crazy.
Yes, you get the montage.
Rip's helping his
Randy.
brother, Randy.
Bo Bandy.
You think Randy was named after Randy Savage?
Maybe.
Yeah, this will piss him off. We won't put him in the movie, but we'll name your brother after him.
That's good shit, pal.
Randy Bobandy.
So,
We're just
Nice
lucky
little-
that Samantha wasn't Elizabeth.
oh, jeez. That doesn't work for me, brother. No, silly bad. But, yeah. So, we're at the studio, the nice little ring set up. Everybody's in fancy clothes. And Braille's telling Rip 10 minutes. Make it look good for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
Sam was kidnapped.
Sam gets kidnapped and brought up to the press box with the two stooges, which my guess would be Patterson and Briscoe. Would have been funny. Oh, hey, he's back.
Yeah, but now he's muted. Hey, we got it.
Can you talk, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I muted it so I could get a drink. I had to open it.
So polite.
I was being nice and professional, and then y'all had to fuck it up.
Yep.
Of course. That's what we do here. We fuck shit up. But so let's talk about this big wrestling match between Zeus and Rip.
And let's talk about the fact that when Rip gets all hulked up, he immediately dries.
Yeah.
Because he goes from dripping fucking sweat to floofy hair.
Can't show. Hey, can't show the bald
Where's
spot, brother.
continuity? Where's the continuity, man?
Yeah, there was no continuity.
He
in
just
this
fought
movie.
for 20 minutes and then he's fucking magically dry.
And that was the most poorly constructed ring I've ever seen.
It was a nice, perfect circle in the middle, though. It was very nice that they did that for him.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the ring, and you got Braille up in the control center, fucking spazzing.
Yeah,
You
well,
think it would've
Sam
been
got
worse?
away.
Had they done the cartoon version where they just used his body outline in the ring? Like, which way do you go there to try and not make it look stupid?
Yeah.
You really can't. Either way, you're going to wind up looking foolish.
Well, Rip takes quite the beating. And talk about the lawsuits that would happen nowadays.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, yeah.
People be in the crowd, touch me and I'll sue.
Yep.
But, Randy gets knocked down. Rip goes after him. Did you notice the scene when Rip's up on the stage by where Braille is
Yeah.
and throws Rip over, and then he comes up, kind of like pulls himself up over?
Yeah.
That was like when Hulk fought Vince at WrestleMania 19. And Vince is all bloody and he pulls himself up with the. I thought of that. I was like, so they stole that from the movie. Unbelievable.
I
But
wrote it. It was their stuff. That's good shit,
Yeah.
pal.
Yeah, I gotta reuse it. It's good shit.
so eventually, Rip hits him with the double sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That was
Lame. That's an even lamer finishing move than his leg drop.
well, he did use that in Japan, and
I
it
know.
was the X bomber.
I mean, back then, that's how, the finishers were. They were just, a clothesline. Oh my God, I almost took his head off for a suplex.
If you look at finishing moves back in the 80s compared to now, all the finishing moves from the 80s are now secondary moves or just fucking regular moves. The elbow drop, the leg drop, the sleeper hold, the DDT.
The DDT, yeah.
The
shake, rattle, and roll.
well, you don't see people doing that much anymore, but
No.
you
But
know,
it's basically like the crossroads or something.
yeah, the rocket dropper, all the shit from the 80s, they pussified it now, and it's
Because they got to add the flippy shit.
Gotta overdo it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do the Canadian destroyers and the freaking 480 splashes.
That's why these fuckers are getting hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Although I just saw some clip on Reddit of some dude doing a fucking like backflip off the top rope and landing and hitting a DDT on a guy who was standing up, and that looked pretty fucking intense. So
Yeah, they're always trying to one up themselves, trying to get the.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where, most of these moves you only get to screw it up once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I mean, then you look at somebody like Ricky Steamboat who just landed wrong off the top turnbuckle once. Done. And it wasn't like he got thrown off and he just regular old back bump, landed wrong, done. So.
Well, some facts about this movie. Let's finish up the movie. So, obviously, Braille's going ape shit, and I don't remember what happens at the end.
He gets electrocuted.
That's right.
He walked back, butted to the live wire, and that. And does Rip get charged with like murder for like Zeus? If he's bleeding from the mouth, that's usually.
So is Brell. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, they're both dead.
They signed contracts, brother.
Well, no, Zeus wasn't dead because he showed up at WWE. Remember?
Yeah. Braille died, not Zeus though.
Yeah, Braille died.
So let's talk about that. To promote the movie, Tiny Lister was brought into the WWF as Zeus. And he was angry about losing in the movie and that he could beat Hogan in real life. However, Lister was not a real wrestler. He only wrestled 3 matches. The first of which was the tag match with Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake at SummerSlam. The second was an 8-man tag, which he was eliminated by DQ. And finally, Vince knew that the movie was a bust and wouldn't sell on pay-per-view by itself. So he sold the pay-per-view. No Holds Barred, the match, the movie, which included a steel cage match between Hogan and Beefcake and Savage and Zeus.
We watched that, Justin, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
I do remember on Something to Wrestle With, they did talk about the commercial for that when it was like, have yourself a No Holds Barred Christmas. Yeah, that's what every kid wants for Christmas. No Holds Barred, the movie, and the steel cage match.
Yeah.
But the rumor was rumor had it that had the No Holds Barred been a success, the main event for WrestleMania 6 would have been Hulk versus Zeus.
Well, if he didn't open it in friggin' June, maybe it would have.
You gotta have the year built for WrestleMania, man.
So, I remember Bruce Pritchard saying that he was involved in a majority of this, so Zeus wouldn't talk. He was kind of like the voice man for Zeus. And teaming him with the Macho Man.
Yeah.
But nowadays, they could pull this off.
Yeah.
But assuming that, he could actually, take a few bumps and, actually make it look believable.
Like, if they did this now, it would take Zeus coming out, roughing up a couple jobbers, low card guys, and every time Hulk goes to get his hands on him, he slips away. And that leads to a match. That gives you build that up for a few months. Get him training, get him down to the Performance Center. But back in the 80s, all he was doing was the Brother Love show on the house loops and training during the day. I wonder how much he got paid for this.
A lot of money.
I mean, he wasn't a big name back then.
No, but
this is
to
like
give up acting for you look at SummerSlam to December. That's 4 months.
Well, who said he had to give it up? I mean, he could still do here and there.
Nah,
I doubt he was on the road.
No, back then, if you were a wrestler, if you were gonna do any kind of program like that, you were doing house shows. They had to.
They did house shows with him as the Brother Love show to like teach him how to interact around the crowd.
Yeah.
I do remember them saying that. During the Monday Night Wars between WWF and WCW, when the movie was mentioned on an episode of Monday Night Raw, Jim Ross quipped that the movie had done so poorly that it should have been called No Profit Allowed. I don't believe it ever made it to DVD. Up until 13 years ago.
Probably.
It went to Blu-ray. I know that.
Mhm.
13, 14, 12, 15 years ago. And then maybe San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago or 2019, they actually came out with the 2-pack, which looks like the VHS box, and it came with a Hulk Hogan and a Zeus, which was a pain in the ass to track down, even though Hunter's like, I have to have it. Hunter, you ever seen that movie? No.
But you gotta have it.
Gotta have it. But he's seen it twice now. He enjoyed it.
Oh yeah,
He's
every
funny.
8-year-old boy's gonna love it.
Has AJ watched it?
No.
You don't want to run around going, Dookie.
No.
So how about the length of the movie? 1 hour,
Alright.
33 minutes. It told the story. That's all we needed.
Yep.
Sequel potential.
No. He killed
I'm not-
everybody.
I'm not saying with Rip, but I'm saying No Holds Barred too.
Yeah, maybe.
Do it right now with a John Cena or a Batista.
Too old. You'd have to get like someone newer. You do it with A Train there. No, that's their Austin Theory or whatever his name is. A-Town. No, A Train's the other one, the big guy.
Albert.
Albert, yeah.
The trainer.
Yep.
No, I'd say you could do it like a Seth Rollins or
Yeah. It'd have to be straight to DVD. It couldn't be like a theatrical release type thing, though.
depends on how they did it. I don't even know if they still have WWE films.
It'd be a bad concept now because they have the UFC.
Roadhouse could have been it. Roadhouse.
Although, did you see Eddie Hall there beating the crap out of those TikToker twins?
Yo.
Great.
I forget what
We
I
need
was
more of
doing,
that.
but I was watching that and I was like, what the? Oh, shit. Oh.
Threw one of them.
He's just like
Oh!
tossing them around like a rag doll.
He hit one of them so hard, I goddamn swear their mama felt it. That kid went down quick.
I think he was showing restraint.
Oh, yeah, he had to be.
All right. Let's play a fun little game real quick. 1989 wrestlers. Who could have played Rip besides Hulk Hogan?
Sting.
Justin?
Oh. Now, Ultimate Warrior ain't gonna do that.
Hey, we talk like this the whole time.
Yeah. That would have been great if you got Macho Man to do it.
Yeah.
We could have got Macho Man voice for the whole
Make
movie.
sure to rip them, yeah.
Couldn't really do Ric Flair. Yeah, if you had a face, like a face Ric Flair, maybe, but not. It can't be the heel persona.
Lex Luger.
Lex. Oh, got no personality.
Well, they tried to make him the next Hulk Hogan.
I know, and it didn't work, did it?
Not at all. Because he didn't have any personality.
All right. Do we recommend this movie? I think as a
10-year-old
one-time
me?
watch.
Yeah, 10-year-old me, yes. 45-year-old me, no.
If you're a
Yeah, pretty
wrestling
much
fan,
Yeah.
check it out. You know, they do have that new toy line coming out that has the Kurt Fuller. So
You just tell them if you think that the current wrestling acting's bad, just watch this movie and see what happens.
yeah, makes WrestleMania 40 look like a fucking Broadway show.
Mhm.
But all right, Justin.
What's your ratings, boys?
I give it a 4.
Wow.
All right.
I have nostalgia for this movie. I can't help it.
All right.
Hates Alien.
All right. Once again, 10-year-old me gives it a 4. 45-year-old me gives it a 2.
Okay, but are you basing it off of the way it is, or are you I'm basing it off of nostalgia.
Yeah, well, that would be the 10-year-old me, would be the nostalgia.
Okay.
But if I was looking at this objectively, which I probably
If I
should,
had just watched this for the
it's
first time
2.
now, it probably would have been a 2.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at
Maybe
it.
a 2.
Yeah, maybe.
The acting's
Maybe.
pretty bad. The
The
story's
acting's
pretty
bad, the dialogue's bad. it's
editing's
just-
pretty bad.
yeah.
It was your typical 80s movie. Justin, what's your rating?
I'm gonna go with the 2. I mean, I just, as a kid, sure, it was Hulk Hogan, but now knowing what we know,
I wasn't even a
I'm
Hulk
sticking
Hogan
with 2.
fan growing up. I was always a Macho Man fan.
Yeah, but it's still
Yeah.
that's how they got the hook. Whether you like
Yeah.
one or the other, they had you hooked.
Yeah.
Because then you were all, I can't wait to see Hogan fail.
Yeah.
Well, IMDb gave it a 4.4, which is honestly better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes,
Makes
10%.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
Letterboxd, 2.3 out of 5.
A little high.
Surprise. But next week, we will be covering the 30th anniversary of The Renaissance Man. Danny DeVito, Mark Wahlberg, and Gregory Hines. It's a good movie.
It is filmed at Fort Jackson, I believe, in South Carolina.
Double D's.
Dumb as dog shit. But all right. That's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
But before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcast, and where you're listening to this podcast right now.
And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on future episodes and join the conversation. You can find us on X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at movie_bar_pod and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook.
Until next time, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling. And we will catch you next week on the Movie Bar Podcast.
Rip 'em, brother!
Get out of here, you jackass!
What's that smell?
Yuki.